Hi, I'm Aaron Gervais. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Otherwise Brewing. We're a gluten-free brewery based in San Francisco, and I wanted to spend a few minutes today to talk to you about why we think gluten-free beer is really positioned to take off in a big way. There are a bunch of converging trends that point in this direction, and three in particular that I want to talk about today. First of all, gluten avoidance is very mainstream. When you look at surveys going back over 10 years now, between 27 and 32% of respondents say that they avoid gluten when they can. They may not be gluten free all the time. They may not have a diagnosed gluten issue, but they generally perceive it to be a healthier choice to avoid gluten. So when given the choice between two products, one with and one without gluten, they will choose the gluten-free product. The second trend is sustainability. Consumers increasingly care about the ecological footprint of the foods that they buy. I saw one study that claimed that consumers were willing to pay up to 42% more for a sustainable brand versus a non-sustainable brand. And that's particularly pronounced among younger Gen Z consumers. Gluten-free brewing comes out on top here too, because we can brew with some ingredients that are quite a bit more sustainable than traditional brewing ingredients. We can use grains that are more drought tolerant, that have a lower carbon footprint. We can also swap out our raw materials for other types of raw materials to make it more resilient and adaptive to climate change. The third trend is what is called the better for you drinking movement. This is a really big trend in alcohol right now. It's affecting all the categories: beer, wine, spirits, everything in between. It's growing very quickly. And what this is consumers want to drink, but they want to make healthier choices when they are drinking, whether that means lower calories, lower alcohol, avoiding an allergen like gluten or some other health claim. They prefer those types of products and they seek them out. I saw one study by IRI. They were talking about the growth of the segment. It's something like 20% year over year growth for the last 3 or 4 years. So this is really taking off. It's growing faster than the base categories as a whole across all those different segments. As I mentioned, beer, wine, spirits, everything. So you might ask yourself, given these trends, why hasn't gluten-free beer taken off already? What's holding it back? Well, the answer is that it's technically hard to make a gluten-free beer that tastes good. And at the end of the day, come on, we're talking about beer. If it doesn't taste good, people are going to drink something else instead, right? So that was why when we started Otherwise Brewing, it was really important for us that we lead with taste. Our products have to be something that people choose first and foremost for the flavor, and then the health claims is something that keeps them coming back. We did research for about a year and a half. We came up with a proprietary brewing process, and the end result is that most people can't tell that our beers are gluten-free based on flavor alone. They just think they're tasty craft beers. That's really important to our success. It's important to making this a mainstream trend that can be, household across the nation. Gluten-free beer will be the beer that people choose first and foremost because it tastes good, but secondly, because it's the beer they can share with all their family and friends, regardless of dietary restrictions. We really think there's a huge potential in the market here. Nobody's really taken advantage of this yet, but we think we have the technology and the approach to be able to make it happen. So we really want to become the first mainstream gluten-free beer brand that can be on par with Sierra Nevada, Sam Adams, any of these big brands that everyone knows the name of. Um, so for that reason, we are currently raising funds. We've got a crowdfunding campaign through Microventures. This is equity crowdfunding. You can get share our company through this. The minimum investment is quite affordable. I'd encourage you all to check out the campaign page. The link is below in the description. And in addition, to the investment information, there will be some of those statistics that I mentioned. Some of those will be there too, as well as a bunch of other information. So please check it out. Consider becoming an investor and joining us on our journey. Thank you.